Hi, we're the Psychic Twins.
I'm Terry.
And I'm Linda. And this is part 2 of 6 ways to know that you're psychic. As we mentioned before, everybody has psychic ability to some extent. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be condemned, even though you may have been taught that in school or by teachers or parents or ministers. It's not something to be afraid of. In fact, it can be very helpful in your life, in your career, relationships, solving problems, and even with your children to help you be more intuitive with your children.
It may even save your life, and it saved our lives many times, I can tell you. Now, to learn how to develop your psychic gifts, you should read our second book, Psychic Intelligence. It is a really helpful how-to book, kind of like a psychic Bible.
Step by step,
help you overcome your fears and to help you develop your own particular gifts.
It's the go-to guide, pretty much, for how to be psychic, how to be more psychic and develop your mediumship skills as well, if that's what interests you.
So, how do you know you're psychic? The sixth sense is called extrasensory perception, or it's sometimes referred to as ESP. And it means that you're receiving information outside of the realm of your 5 known senses. So, it's, again, very normal. Telepathy is mind-to-mind communication. That's when you can literally communicate mind to mind. You can read the minds of others. You can know what they're thinking. We call this twintuition because we're twins, and other twins do have twintuition, although I think it's been tested that only 20% have experienced twintuition.
20 to 30%.
We actually coined the word twintuition, so we'll have to do a video about that.
That would be interesting.
So if you're good at picking up the thoughts of other people, you may have telepathy, and it is a special gift. It isn't something that everyone has.
And now empathy. We've talked about empathy before. A lot of people don't really know what it is, but they're always happy to realize, hey, that's why I'm always so sensitive in crowds and why I pick up on bad vibes with people. I can enter a room and know exactly who to avoid or who to be drawn to. It's not always a negative sign. But empathy is really clairsentience, and it's the ability to sense the emotions and feelings of others. And if you're especially sensitive, as many of our friends and many of our viewers are, you'll know it's hard to be in a crowd, a rock concert, a mall, a movie theater, without feeling uncomfortable in some way. Some people literally cannot go out to parties at all or malls because they're so incredibly empathic. You're picking up on other people's emotions, feelings, fears, anxieties, and who knows what else.
Well, people that are empathic tend to be more anxious or depressed. So sometimes if you're feeling depressed, it may not be you. It may be that you're picking up on somebody around you. If you're spending a lot of time with people, check out the energy of those people. You know, don't hang around with them as much if you're depressed around them. They may be draining or vamping your energy.
Yeah, don't just dismiss it because your inner guidance system, your inner GPS is trying to tell you something. Stay away from this group of people. Stay away from that individual. The guy I'm dating, why do I always feel so exhausted when I'm with him? Why do I always feel drained? My battery's drained when I've been with him for an evening. Try to notice that this isn't just you, it's something you're picking up on. Perhaps you should pay attention to it.
We often hear, you know, married couples say this about each other, you know, that they get drained when they're with their husband or their wife, and that it's the other person's energy that is kind of causing them to feel drained, tired, or depressed. So is this you? Take a good look at that. Now, can you see colors surrounding other people? Can you see colors around your friends or your family members? This is called an aura. The aura is an energy field that extends outside of our bodies from 6 to 8 inches outside of our bodies, and it may have several colors in it, almost like colors of the rainbow. Usually an aura has like 2 or 3 colors in it. Aura readers are able to see these colors very clearly, particularly if you are a healer or you've done a lot of healing work, or if you're just beginning. You may see the colors of a rainbow that are more pale around a person or very vibrant and intense. So each color has a meaning, and we talk about this in our book as well. I think we might do a whole video on auras.
That would be
because
interesting.
It's so fascinating.
I remember an interesting story. It just jogged my mind. There was a woman who was extremely good at sensing auras. She could see auras around everyone. Violet, yellow, orange. She was always seeing auras naturally because she just had that gift. And one day she was at the the elevator, an elevator bank, and she noticed an elevator went down, opened up, and she didn't get in because everybody in the elevator had a black aura, a black or gray aura. She didn't get into the elevator, and come to find that elevator plummeted to the bottom, and everybody was killed. That just came to me from, I think I heard about that 20 or 30 years ago, but it was a fascinating story of how auras can really be very powerful.
Yeah, I mean,
as a
you
tool.
can literally get insight into another person's emotions or thoughts or feelings or even their health or spiritual nature by reading their aura and learning, you know, what are the colors of the aura telling me about this person. So we talk about in our book how to learn how to read someone's aura as well.
We've talked about premonitions, having a precognitive thought, a premonition of an accident, a very big event that might be happening. Maybe it's just that a friend will tell you that she's getting married and you have a feeling, or you see a ring being put on someone's finger in a dream.
It's not always a dramatic event. It's often just sort of mundane. And people often say, oh, well, if you're psychic, you can predict the future. But actually, future prediction is very rare. The ability to predict future events, I think, is rare. I haven't met too many people that can do it. But there are other ways to know that you're psychic and other ways to be psychic. Make sure that you check out our first video, the first part of this series.
You think it's weird when you dream something and it seems like, wow, that was certainly strange, but then the next day the accident occurs or something happens that you had a dream about. You really have a psychic gift that's worth developing.
Now we're going to talk about psychometry, and psychometry is one of the ways that you know that you have a psychic gift. Psychometry is when you hold the object or an object that belongs to another person.
Maybe it's a ring.
Like this ring, for
maybe
example.
It's a watch.
And
sunglasses.
You get a sense about the other person or the person it belonged to. You get a sense, you may feel their emotions, you may feel their pain. We often use psychometry, and you can just get feelings and thoughts and even premonitions or predictions about the person that did own or currently owns this object.
Yeah. You can really absorb and take on energy
through psychometry.
Through
psychometry, and also to just be aware of who you're hanging out with, and you know who you're sleeping with, even, because we take on, all of us absorb the energy of other people, and you don't want to take on their karma. So be very, very selective in terms of who you're involved with day to day.
Yeah, who you share things with.
And speaking of which, can you tell if someone's lying? We can.
Yeah, we're human lie detectors, and maybe you are too. So always notice that if you can solve crimes on TV, or you know there's a crime in the news, and then you say, oh, it's so-and-so that did it, and he looked like this, he was tall with brown hair, and he was in his 20s, and maybe he had a scar. These are things that you can tell. I have a gift, because then later it'll be revealed, and you'll say, I knew it. I was right. I knew that.
Yeah, I mean, there are methods in our book that will help you to tell if someone's lying. The FBI are trained in these techniques, and you know, if you have the ability to really be able to know someone's character or nature right away, you're a good judge of character. You can tell if somebody's telling the truth. Any mother can tell if their kid is lying. I know this about you moms. And so this is a sign that you are claircognizant. It's a gut instinct. It's women's intuition, but men have it too. And you may be psychic.
Don't dismiss it. And if you don't have any psychic impressions, you're literally never feeling any of this, don't feel left out. It could be because you're blocking out or somehow not open to receiving these messages, the input, the downloads, whatever you want to call it, impressions, psychic impressions, emotional feelings. It's probably because of beliefs that you unconsciously hold and were told as children, and you carry them over, and you don't think it's possible, so you feel like, I don't have a gift, I don't. Our book will help you really develop that and break through the blocks that are stopping you from being the psychic person you can be.
So we all need to pay more attention to how we're feeling, things we're seeing and hearing and experiencing. Pay more attention to your inner guidance. And if you have 2 or 3 of the gifts that we just named, you know, it may be a sign that you are psychic.
Yeah, open up your receivership. Learn to do exercises, and the quizzes in our book are fun. And I think you'll find that in time, you are more psychic than you thought you were.
Yeah, you may have a gift that's worth developing.
Absolutely.
So share the most psychic experience that you've had in the comments section below. below. Hit like and subscribe to our channel.
We'd love that if you would. Please subscribe. And we'll see you in the future.